All right. Let's get those leg warmers ready because we are going deep on Flashdance today.
Oh, yeah.
For anyone out there who maybe hasn't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
it's the story of Alex, young woman who's a welder, but uh, dreams of becoming a professional dancer.
Right.
We've got a ton of great stuff to dig into about this movie.
Yeah.
Everything from trivia and like behind the scenes stories.
Cool.
Really going to try to figure out what makes Flashdance so special even after all these years.
I think one of the things that's so interesting about Flashdance is how it captures that just really universal desire to break free from expectations
Right.
and chase your dreams, even when it seems like everything is against you.
Yeah. And Alex's story specifically, I
Yeah.
mean, it's so relatable.
Uh-huh.
Who hasn't felt like they're stuck in a rut and wanting something more?
Yeah.
But the way the film visually contrasts her welding job with her dancing,
Right.
is that like just a cool aesthetic or is there something more to that?
I think it's definitely more than that.
Yeah.
I think it actually reflects the very limited options that were available to women, especially back in the 80s.
Oh, interesting.
You've got Alex.
Yeah.
She's strong, she's capable,
Mm-hmm.
and stuck in this physically demanding job that's, kind of traditionally seen as masculine.
Right.
But then her true passion dancing
Ah.
is often viewed as frivolous.
It's like the film is saying she's got this fire inside her, but society's trying to like
Totally.
keep it contained.
Yeah.
But she's not having it.
Yeah, she's not.
Speaking of fire,
Hmm.
can we talk about Jennifer Beals as Alex?
Oh, yeah.
She just totally embodies that fierce, independent spirit.
She really does.
Yeah.
And Beale's performance is just incredible, especially considering she wasn't a trained dancer before this movie.
Oh, wow.
She went through really intense training to be able to pull it off.
Wow.
Which just adds another layer to the character's dedication.
That makes her performance even more impressive.
It really does.
If she could learn all that, maybe we could achieve anything with enough effort.
Totally.
But hold on, we can't talk Flashdance without mentioning the music.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what a feeling by Irene Cara. Come on.
That song is iconic.
So good.
It won an Oscar. It became the anthem for the entire movie.
It did.
And even today, you hear those first few notes and you're right back to the 80s.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Maniac by Michael Sembello, though, that's my jam.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine this movie without that song?
It's actually funny you mentioned that.
What?
Because Sembello initially didn't want Maniac in the film.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
He fought against it.
Wow.
But it ended up being just the perfect fit.
Oh, yeah.
It really elevates the energy and the excitement of all those dance sequences.
Yeah, and those dance sequences, they're more than just entertainment, though, right?
Oh, for sure.
They're how Alex expresses herself, her frustrations, her hopes.
Right.
Like that iconic chair dance.
Oh, yeah.
It's dramatic. It's sensual.
Oh.
It's like the language of her soul.
Right. And actually, that scene has kind of a cool behind-the-scenes story.
Okay.
The water pouring down on Beals that wasn't even in the original script.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a spontaneous decision on set.
Wow.
And it ended up just making the scene so much more powerful.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, destiny intervened to make that scene legendary.
Right. Yeah.
It's not the only dance that packs a punch, though.
Mm-hmm.
What about her performance at the very end?
Oh, yeah.
It's like she's finally breaking free from all those societal expectations.
Totally.
Like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
The use of slow motion and close-ups in that scene really amplifies the sensuality and the athleticism of her movements.
Yeah.
It was really groundbreaking for the time.
And that whole idea of transformation.
Yeah,
That's central to the film, right?
it really is.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a dance movie.
Right.
It's about personal growth and forging your own path.
Yeah.
But even with all that determination, Alex still faces some tough choices.
Yeah.
Enter Nick,
Yeah.
this wealthy love interest who kind of offers her this potential easy way to success.
Right.
Talk about tempting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick's character adds just a whole other layer of complexity to the film.
Yeah.
He genuinely believes in Alex's talent,
Mm-hmm.
but he also presents her with this path that could completely compromise her artistic integrity.
That's such a dilemma that so many people can relate to.
Right.
What would we be willing to sacrifice for our dreams?
Mm.
Where do we draw the line?
Exactly. It brings up questions of ambition, authenticity, the price of success.
Yeah.
Like, Is there a point where the shortcut becomes a detour from who you really are?
Those are some deep questions. Flashdance really makes you think even while you're tapping your toes to the music.
It does. That's what's so great about it.
Speaking of entertainment, we can't forget about those iconic 80s vibes.
Oh, the 80s.
Leg warmers, oversized sweatshirts,
Yeah.
big hair.
Yeah.
It's like a total time capsule of a totally rad era.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you know, those visuals aren't just there for fun.
Okay.
They're a huge part of what makes Flashdance so enduring.
Right.
It completely captures the cultural zeitgeist of the 80s,
Oh, for sure.
which adds another layer of depth to the film.
Okay, but those fashion choices.
Oh, yeah?
Intense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pull off those shoulder pads.
Right.
Maybe I could rock a pair of leg warmers, though.
Maybe so. And
Yeah.
the fashion might be debatable.
Yeah.
But the film's message of empowerment that definitely continues to resonate,
Right.
Flashdance, showed us that it's okay to be different, to defy expectations,
Mhm.
and to chase your dreams with everything you've got.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah. It definitely celebrates individuality and encourages us to, like, embrace our passions, even if they seem kind of unconventional.
yeah.
But Flashdance also touches on something else that's really powerful.
Okay.
That idea of community.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There's this real sense of camaraderie among all the dancers, especially at that bar where they all hang out.
Right.
It really highlights how important it is to have a support system, you know?
Yeah.
To find your tribe, especially when you're doing something that's outside the norm.
Totally. It's like they're all in it together, cheering each other on through the ups and downs.
Exactly.
It makes you realize you don't have to chase your dreams alone.
You really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we're social creatures,
Mhm.
and we thrive when we have other people who believe in us and, you know, understand our struggles.
Right.
It's all about finding those people who get you, who inspire you to be your best self.
And sometimes those people come from the most unexpected places.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought that a group of Steel Town welders and dancers would form such a tight-knit bond?
Right.
But it works.
It does.
And it's something we can all learn from.
Absolutely. Flashdance reminds us that human connection is essential,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're pushing boundaries and taking risks.
Right.
It's okay to lean on other people for support and encouragement.
It also makes you think about how a film from the 80s can still speak to us today.
Right.
Why do you think Flashdance has had such staying power?
You know, I think it's because at its core, it's about something universal, this
Mhm.
desire to break free, to express yourself, to find your place in the world.
Right.
Those themes are timeless,
They are.
regardless of when or where you grew up.
And it does it all with such energy and heart.
Yeah.
It's hard not to feel inspired after watching Alex's journey.
Mm-hmm.
She's proof that anything is possible if you're willing to work hard and just stay true to yourself.
Exactly. And that message of resilience, of
Right.
overcoming obstacles and finding joy, even in the midst of struggle,
Right.
that's something that'll always resonate with people.
Okay, but before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I got to geek out for a second. There's a
Okay.
little Flashdance trivia.
Okay, let's hear it.
Did you know that the scene where Alex auditions for the Dance Academy
Mm.
was filmed in an actual abandoned theater in Pittsburgh?
Wow, that's amazing.
I know, right?
I didn't know that.
It adds a whole new level of authenticity to the scene.
It really does.
It's like the building itself is infused with the hopes and dreams of all the performers who came before.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Speaking of things that add depth,
Okay.
I also read that there was originally a subplot about Alex's relationship with her dog,
Oh.
but it got cut from the final film.
Interesting. I wonder what kind of dynamic that would add to the story.
Right. It might have brought a bit of lightness to some of the heavier themes,
Mm-hmm.
but I can also see why they decided to, like, streamline the narrative.
Yeah,
Flashdance does a great job at balancing those emotional highs and lows.
it really does.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of life and all its messy glory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it acknowledges the challenges, but it ultimately leaves you feeling hopeful and empowered.
And that's a message that never gets old.
It really doesn't.
But now I'm curious. What do you think is the most enduring message of Flashdance?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What's the one thing that sticks with you long after the credits roll?
For me, I think it's that message of empowerment.
Yeah.
Flashdance showed us that it's okay to be different, to defy expectations, and to chase your dreams with everything you've got.
Right.
It celebrates individuality, hard work, and the courage to just be unapologetically yourself.
And It did it all with amazing music killer dance moves and a story that still resonates today.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a reminder that even though the world has changed a lot since the 80s,
Yeah.
that desire to break free, to express ourselves, to make our mark on the world is something that will always be relevant.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Even though it's set in a very specific time and place,
Mm,
Flashdance speaks to something universal within us.
yeah.
That yearning to live a life that's true to ourselves, to find our voice, and to dance to the beat of our own drum.
So to wrap up this deep dive into Flashdance,
Yep.
I think we can all agree that it's more than just a movie.
Definitely.
It's a cultural phenomenon that's left a mark on our collective consciousness.
Yeah.
It's a story about ambition transformation and the power of believing in yourself,
Hmm.
even when the odds are stacked against you.
Right.
And it reminds us that the pursuit of our dreams,
Yeah.
it's not just about the destination,
Right.
but also about the journey,
Yeah.
the people we meet along the way,
Hmm.
and the growth we experience as we strive to become the best versions of ourselves.
Beautifully put.
Thank you.
If you're looking for a film that will inspire you, make you want to dance, and remind you of the power of dreams, then give Flashdance a watch.
Mm.
You won't regret it.
And who knows, you might even be inspired to dust off those leg warmers and bust a move.
Yeah.
We won't judge.
You won't judge.
Until next time, keep chasing those dreams and remember.
What a feeling.
What a feeling. You know, it's funny how certain movies can just transport you back to a specific time and place.
Yeah.
With Flashdance, it's not just the fashion and the music.
Right.
There's this whole energy to it that really captures the spirit of the 80s.
It's that blend of grit and optimism
Yeah,
that really defined the era, you know?
totally.
The film's not afraid to show the struggles of working class life,
Right.
but it also celebrates the resilience and determination of those who just dare to dream big.
And those dreams aren't limited to just Alex either.
Right.
Think about her friend Jeannie, who wants to be a figure skater.
Oh, yeah.
Or all the other dancers at Mobby's.
Yeah.
They all have their own aspirations. It's
Mhm.
like the film is saying, hey, it doesn't matter what your background is.
Right.
You have the right to go after what you want.
Absolutely. And that's a really powerful message.
Yeah.
Especially for a film made at a time when certain societal barriers, felt even more pronounced.
Right.
Flashdance reminds us that we all have something unique to offer
Mm.
and that finding your voice is a journey worth taking.
It's a reminder that we shouldn't let anything hold us back. Self-doubt, societal expectations, even the fear of failing.
Exactly. And sometimes the most unexpected people become our biggest champions.
Yeah.
Think about Hannah Alex's mentor.
Oh, yeah.
She sees Alex's potential and she encourages her to believe in herself.
Right.
It really shows how important mentorship is
Yeah.
and how having someone who believes in you can just make all the difference.
It's like that saying, it takes a village.
Uh-huh.
We all need those people in our corner who will push us, support us, and celebrate our victories.
Oh, totally. And Flashdance reminds us that those connections can come from anywhere.
They can.
It doesn't matter if you're a welder or a dancer, a steelworker, or a CEO.
Right.
We all share that human desire to connect, to create, and to leave our mark on the world.
Well said. So if you're looking for a film that'll make you want to get up and dance,
Yeah.
inspire you to chase your dreams, and remind you of the power of human connection,
Yeah.
then give Flashdance a watch. You might be surprised at how much it still resonates today, over 40 years after it first hit the big screen.
For sure.
And hey, maybe you'll even be inspired to dust off those leg warmers and strike a pose.
Why not?
Until next time, keep on dancing to the beat of your own drum.
And remember, what a feeling.
What a feeling.